you're trapped. Because I think it's after you have a fall, you think, oh my goodness, that could have been a lot worse. And then, of course, you back off, you go into yourself, and then you say to yourself, well, no, I'm not going out there, because every time I go out there, something happens.
It affects just about every aspect of conversation, of communication in the house, when you're working, even though I'm retired, when you're at meetings, when you're in shops, airports, everywhere you go, everybody assumes you can hear.
People with sensory loss tend to suffer from more isolation as a result of not being able to get out, not potentially hearing properly. And I think a service such as VisionPK, this that reduces isolation, is fantastic. People staying connected in their communities is good for their mental health, it's good for communities, and it's good for people's understanding of how they fit into a community and who's there to support them.
I think the benefits to the clients are that they can receive services if they have both a hearing loss and a sight loss from VisionPK. They don't have to go to two different services. It offers them consistency. I think it means that they know us, trust us, they develop a relationship with us. And I think for some people that's really important, and I think that's something we offer really well. We can listen, we can signpost onto other services. We're a one-stop shop, and I think for people living in Perth and Kinross, I think that's been a huge improvement, and I think people really value it.
It's quite unusual, and it's a self-referral process, which is great. And we go out there and raise awareness of the project, and people then make a decision about, I suspect I need support or I don't need support, because it broadens the number of people that we can potentially support going forward.
Since Debbie came, and introduced me to VisionPK, the service has been brilliant through lockdown, because it's been really difficult, because we've had to abide by the rules. Then we had the bad weather as well, but Debbie came along, and really, I was totally stuck in here, in this house. I couldn't go out there, and then she came along and just took over, didn't you, Debbie?
I've just got into the habit of generally being monitored every year, which is good. And I think PK Vision came in, I'm guessing about 4 or 5 years ago, and Debbie and now Rona have been a kind of lifeline to get the equipment that, amongst other things, has helped me to live with hearing loss, because living with it, I think, is more important.
One of the best parts of my job for me is going out and visiting people at home, doing an assessment, seeing what they're getting on with, what they might need a bit of support with, and what kind of equipment that I can provide to help that. So it's been a bit difficult during COVID, because I've not been able to be going out and seeing people, and obviously carrying out an assessment over the phone with someone with hearing loss is an issue, makes it tricky. So it's quite often family members, friends or carers who take on the role of interpreter.
Well, if you go back and I remember what it was like, the obvious thing is that I was watching television with volume up high. The neighbours would be saying, oh, shh. So most people can hear quite happily 15 to 20. I'm going up to 100 to hear, and it's booming. And louder is not better. And I think the beauty of the neck loop that I wear is that it's gentle sound and clear sound, and you can alter it on the button, so you can dial it on the little controller that you have around your neck. You can control how loud or soft it is, but it's crystal clear. There's nothing getting in the way of it, and that has made a huge difference.
I think the difference that we make is that individuals in Perth and Kinross who are living with a sensory loss know that there are solutions, that there are things that they can do to improve their independence or maintain their independence, that they can come to us and we can offer advice, equipment, opportunities to talk, and that has allowed individuals to go forward more positively into their future.
VisionPK has improved my life 100% by advising me about an electronic magnifier that I can use when I'm reading. And I use it practically all the time, even for looking at packets and getting recipes. I can use the electronic magnifier for that.
It's life-changing for her because before the paper, she read an awful lot, and to watch her with that magnifying glass reading the morning paper took her hours. It was agonising to watch. And then this viewer turned out, and it was miraculous, the difference. You know, just overnight.
The change in my life is just from one end to another. You can't put it into words. Now I can actually, with Debbie's help, I can actually go down to my local co-op. I can go out a walk with my dog. I can go visiting. You know, that was a thing I never thought I could do.
Well, I know that if anything happens, that we'll just phone them up and they'll help us out. And that's a great relief.
I can't thank them enough. They do everything. They tell you everything. They don't keep anything back. They're really a super bunch.